Today is Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. We are doing the Mount Stanton Trail today. It should be around 11 miles, I think. Got lots of cloud cover now, which is a little bit unfortunate because there are views, I think, along the way. Maybe they'll blow out. We shall see. We're a little under a mile in now. The beginning is nice and gentle, and then you have a rather steep climb. I think you gain like 200 feet of elevation. It's not anything crazy and sustained. And then once you do that, you're kind of up on the ridge. So we're walking along now. This is like slab right here. And there are viewpoints out now. We're in a cloud. This is one right here. I think this is the third one. These are along White's Ledge. Yeah, it's too cloudy, but we'd be looking down into Bartlett, presumably. And the first little peak on this ridge is going to be Mount Stanton, and then Mount Pickering, and then Mount Langdon, I believe, and then the Mount Langdon shelter. There's a bunch of little humps called the Crippies along the way, and Mount Langdon is the highest of the points along this ridge, and it is on the 500 highest. Its elevation is pretty low. It's like 23 something. So we're gonna make sure we hit the summit of that. And there's a neat open ledge, actually like two big open ledges that face Iron Mountain up there on Mount Langdon, which we might bushwhack out to, although if there's no view, maybe we won't. I don't know. I think the weather's going to be best like mid-morning, but we're in a cloud right now and it's like 9 o'clock, so we'll see. It's pretty though. I love this kind of trail. We just had a brief view of Attitash, the ski area. There's lots of ledges along here. We are up on Mount Stanton now, but we're not at the summit quite yet. The trail, we're on a rock right off the trail. Trail came through here, a bunch of view ledges all along. It's going to turn and go this way, and the summit is a little ways up, 15 yards. The true summit is 15 yards to the left of the trail with some views out, but it looks like the cloud has just rolled back in again, so we won't be getting those right now. All right, this is the true summit of Mount Stanton, which is in a cloud. There's a really nice view rock right over there. There is no marker, but there is evidence that there used to be a pin right there. And we are up in red pines, which you don't see very often in the White Mountains. It's really nice. This has been beautiful so far. I would totally come back here again. There's not a lot of parking at the trailhead, which I neglected to show. You park on the side of the road. It's a residential area. How many cars do you think could fit there? Like 4?
Yeah, maybe 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how far down the road you're willing to
Right.
park.
I mean, you could park down the road, but
yeah,
it's like people's houses. Feels kind of weird. Anyway, so this is Mount Stanton. Lots of open slab on this area. We're going to head downhill. It looks like it goes through that. All right. And then the next one is Mount Pickering, I think. And then the Crippies. And then Mount Langdon, I think.
Mount Pickering is next for sure.
Yeah. And this is like 1,600 feet, right?
Yeah, 1673.
Okay.
Or 1708, if you want to believe my watch.
And what does, they get progressively higher?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so down we go. This is the true summit of Mount Pickering, which is about, the book says it's 30 yards off the trail. It might be. Really easy open woods walking in here. as you can see. It kind of has a herd path. I didn't see a register or anything. Somebody cut these limbs, maybe to have a fire. So it looks like there has been some camping up here. Still in a cloud. The sun broke through twice while we were coming between these, so we're still hopeful. We still have hours to go, so although I think it's supposed to rain in the afternoon, so we'll see. If not, the trail will still be here. Can always come back on a different day. All right, this is the official trail right here. It's well blazed in yellow. Haven't been really any blowdowns or anything. It's in really good shape. What is that right there? There's something through the trees that's white. I don't believe it's snow. What do you think that is? You think it's water?
Yeah, it's a reflection of the sky and the water, I think.
Ah, is it on the map? Oh no, it's like a vernal pool right in here.
Yeah, I don't see it on the map.
Yeah, I don't hear any peepers or anything, but that's at least the second one we've passed up here. We are now between Mount Pickering, which is back there, and the first, there's 3 humps along here called the Crippies. And this is Big Attitash right here, and Table Mountain right there. Bear Mountain, a little bit in a cloud. Some blue sky. Unfortunately, the side over here that looks towards Iron Mountain is in a cloud still, and there should be a view north right up here, which I haven't checked out yet, with Carter Notch and everything. Ooh, look at that. Still has clouds, but that's looking pretty awesome. Let me shoot it with my phone, where I can drill in. I wonder if it's better to go down there. The trail does go down the slab. The slab is pretty wet from this morning. Yeah, right there. Too bad there's that much cloud. All right, so I was kind of wrong. This is Mount Tremont right here. And then, believe it or not, this is Mount Huntington right there. Sorry, my finger's doing that. I wonder if I point with these. And then over where my top pole is in the cloud is actually the Hancocks. It's weird. I wish I could see it better because I'm a little bit disoriented. All right, we're gonna keep moving. We're up at the true summit now of Mount Langdon, and it has a registry, which was hanging on this tree. The whole bottle came out. It's a Smucker's jar, and the register is basically dry. It's a little damp, but it's just like sheets of paper. I signed on the back of one that had sign-ins from 2018. There's still lots of blank space, but it's just kind of a mess with 2 pencils. So I'm gonna roll this all up, cram it in the bag, then cram the bag in the jar, and then put the jar through the little piece of twine up there and put the lid on it. And there you have it. Could use a new register. All right. Next stop is going to be the site of the Mount Langdon shelter, which was supposed to be removed. I'm not sure if it was or not, but
You can still camp there.
you can camp there. I'm just going to go look. I believe there's still a privy, even if they did remove it, but we'll go check it out. Okay, we are at the end now of the Mount Stanton trail, which just sort of ends in the middle of the woods, and there's 4/10 of trail left that goes up to where Mount Langdon trail connects to Mount Parker trail, which seems kind of weird. In any case, that's where we're headed now to get that 4/10 of the Mount Langdon trail. There's an obvious campsite that is not up to regulation, because this is the trail right here. There used to be a shelter out here that was supposed to be removed in 2022. I don't see it, so I think it probably has been. And there's a nice water source right there, which is the first real water source we've seen in over 5 miles. And this woods is interesting. It's kind of like open hardwoods again. All right, 4/10, turn around, come back here, and then I think we'll bushwhack out to some open rock faces on the side of Mount Langdon. Oh wait, there's the privy. Here's the privy. Yep. But the trail goes this way. Okay. Have some blue skies. There's water right next to me. I don't know if they actually did remove the shelter. They were supposed to remove the one up on the dry river, number 3, and that thing was still there. I just don't see them doing it. There's so many other things that could get done. Privy. We're on our bushwhack now, out to those open ledges that look towards Iron Mountain. And as you can see, it's wide open. We had a little bit of pine forest right where we entered, but it was very short and actually not very tight either, so that was good. This is a pleasant surprise. We are at the first open area that shows up on the map. This is Wildcat E out there, and it's open rock, but it doesn't look the way I thought it would look. So we're gonna keep going. We're about 2/10 from where I think it's a big open slab with views, hopefully. Right in here, you might be able to see some snow in some of the gullies up on Washington. There you go. Clouds still. Blue skies up here though. So we'll see. It's an adventure. We don't really know if people bushwhack to this or not. This is the summit of Mount Langdon right there. We're kind of working around on a...
Bypass it probably.
Yeah, we're not going to go up it again. We're on a contouring around on it. Okay, we're going to keep whacking. Okay, so we've come out to the ledges that we could see from Iron Mountain. This is Iron Mountain ahead of me. The summit is the right bump, and the view ledges are right there. Look how ledgy they are. So when we were sitting there, we could look over here and think, wow, that looks like it would be awesome. The problem is that it's really, really steep. Actually, it's not as steep as Iron Mountain. Iron Mountain is insane.
Right.
But it's like, you come out, first of all, it's wet, and it's wet maybe all the time, but maybe not. It's wet today, which is not good. Where did that fall from? Come right off my head. We just can't get down to where we think we want to be, and we're not convinced that you can approach it even from the sides, because I looked to the side over here in the woods, and it was like, it looks like a 20-foot or 15-foot like cliff,
Ledge, yeah.
like a ledge. Yeah. So we have scooched our way out along this crack back here, and we have a view of Iron Mountain right here, Kearsarge North right there, and then I can't really see. I think John might have a better view of the Wildcats and Carter Dome. So that is Carter Notch right in the middle, and then that's Carter Dome on this side right there. But yeah, it's not raining. We're having lunch here. Amen. We have a view, so maybe on the way down we'll get some views off of the first couple places along White's Ledge and everything. That'd be nice. All right, and we're gonna bushwhack our way out of here. We're not going back up to the summit or anything like that. We're just gonna
Your way back to the trail.
Please get us back. Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Yeah. It's an adventure. We are between the second and third Crippy now, and it is pouring rain. So we just put on some rain gear. There were 3 lightning strikes They were like 12 miles away, then 10 miles away, then 6 miles away. And it was raining lightly here. Now it's pouring, and I haven't heard any lightning, so that's good. Haha. We've got back onto the trail pretty easily, bushwhacking around. We did not go back the way we came on the bushwhack, but we just kind of cut off the summit of Mount Langdon. It wasn't too bad. And now we're just gonna, I was hoping we'd have some views on the way down, but obviously we're not going to, so we're just gonna beat it out of here. That was really a fun day though. It's a beautiful trail. I think in dry weather with clear skies would be amazing. We're heading up the backside of Mount Pickering now. We have some clearing. That's Bear Mountain right in the center. Is that Table Mountain? And then, oh, what is that? Tremont with the cloud. There's more stuff this way. And just back a little bit on the trail, there was a view out to Iron Mountain. So it's still, I think it might still be raining. And it just ended. I just want to correct myself. This is Bartlett Haystack. This is Table Mountain. And that's Bear. And that's Tremont right in here. Okay, we're off. Okay, we're just on a viewpoint now, right before Mount Pickering. This cloud is whipping in, but this is Mount Langdon, and this space over here is where we had our lunch. And then coming around, that is the presidentials. So this is Monroe right here, and in Washington in a cloud. And then Iron Mountain. That cloud is moving really fast. It's very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in so you can see. That is what we were aiming for lunch in here. And we got it, but boy, was it very steep. Okay. Rain has basically stopped. And it looks like it's pretty sunny above the notch, north of the notch, so that's good. All right. We're gonna keep on moving. Some beautiful pine trees up here, all different kinds. This is a red pine right next to me. You can see those are its needles, and that is its awesome bark. Okay, we're gonna keep going. This is a viewpoint right below the summit of Mount Stanton. There's Iron Mountain. Just the clouds are so cool. Look at those low clouds. Zoom out one. I love that.
The clouds?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Very neat. It's cool.